Yo, what's going on, boys? Today I'm doing another basketball video, but this time I am actually doing a voiceover. We are playing King of the Court basketball game, up to 15, ones and twos. So right now we have Logan starting off against Josh. Josh putting up some good D, but Logan easily just managed to pass by doing his crazy spin moves. The reason why I wanted to do this sort of change of content is to see if if you guys find this content interesting and if you enjoy the voiceovers as I kind of go over what each player is doing and just commentate over them. I was in this game though, and there's three people. I go for an amazing jump shot that just absolutely airs. Josh does a pretty good job at doing a little bump and getting the hook shot. Before then, he was trying to shoot with one foot a lot of the time because he was making a ton before this game. We were playing a little game of horse, and he was making a bunch of those one-footed shots or one-foot jump shots. That was a close shot by me. Just unfortunately couldn't finish. What I like about Josh, he just kind of joined the basketball group, I guess. He does a pretty great job at defense. He might get a little physical, I think, at times. I'm not too sure. At the end of the day, we're playing more street ball. It's not like we're in a real game. Like, you can get a little physical. Well, obviously, you can get physical, but we don't really call, like, really light fouls. That was a good job at creating space. I just couldn't hit the shot. And that nice little slow step back just created so much space. I had an open shot. Logan loves doing this kind of move where he kind of has his back against the defender and then kind of spins around and tries to just get an open lane. That time it didn't work out, and then he just planted his feet. Again, Josh with the 1 foot shots. If you're new to the channel, by the way, consider subscribing. I don't really do this kind of content. This is a bit different compared to my normal content. That looked pretty cool, but I missed that. You can't see it's out of frame, but Logan did manage to recover the ball. Josh almost stole it, but then he screws up the layup. It was a good look, but he couldn't just finish. We haven't been playing so much, especially Josh. He kind of just joined in the basketball group, and he's kind of getting warmed up. He's pretty good, honestly. He's definitely not a 3-point shooter, that's for sure. But he is pretty good at getting physical and bodying his way into the paint. So here, Logan's giving me quite a bit of space. It's kind of hard for me to really necessarily drive in, so I should have just took another step back and shot that, honestly, because he was giving me a lot of space. He wanted me to drive in, or he wanted me to shoot, because he was giving me so much space. Again, Logan, he planted his foot. Now he's in a really tough position, considering how far away he is. But he makes that shot. That was tough. That's something that normally I feel like people shouldn't necessarily do, unless if you're trying to get style points and aura points. That's me feeling his cold veins, because he's cold right now. He's going crazy, or he's I don't know. I don't necessarily get that whole thing. I don't know if I blocked that. I did read that. I feel like if Logan could also do more shot fakes, that would be pretty good. That was a 1 foot shot, or that was close. But not the best ideal move.
Oh, sorry, I didn't count, but that was
just over.
Under 10 seconds.
But yeah, and yeah. So far the score is 2-0 to 1. Logan's in the lead at the moment. That time, I don't know if I got a block on that either. I don't think I did, but I almost had him. I try my best not to. Oh, I try my best not to land on someone's landing space when they shoot. I don't think I necessarily do. Prior to that move, I completely just lost control of the ball. All right, Logan gets possession of the ball. Let's see what he does. He drives in, kind of does a little spin move. This time he's in a really lot better of a position. I don't know if that was... No, I don't think that was a travel. No, I'm pretty sure that wasn't. It was just he lifted up his pivot foot, but I don't think he put it down. That was a good move on him. This time, I mean, he's in a tough position, yeah. Oh, I completely forgot to say this. I can't hear the audio in this game, but we're also doing a 10-second timer, so it actually forces the person not to stall and wait for an opening. It forces you to actually, you know, make efficient shots or be quick. Because in a real game, you have a timer. You don't have all the time in the world to be stalling and just walking around and tiring out the defender. So that's why we did the shot clock. It was kind of Josh and my idea. Um, that was a really good lay. I think though Josh may have traveled on that one potentially. But like said, he's just gone to basketball. He's getting the hang of things. He's really good though. Like I see it. Like he's really good. He's just trying to get used to the steps and what is a foul, what is not a foul, because he hasn't played in a while and he just started joining us recently. But he's doing really good. But Logan kind of with the hook shot again. That time I got a block. And we're playing one possession. So pretty good block on me. I've noticed that Logan needs to get his what's it called? He needs to fake his shot more, because I feel like it's really easy to read when he's about to shoot it. So that's why I always jump for it. If you were to fake it more, I feel like he could get a lot more easy lanes and just easy layups. Again, with the spin move, he kind of goes back and forth, has it back behind the defender, which is pretty smart. It keeps the ball away from the defender. But then when he picks up the ball, it's kind of hard for him to make a shot because his back is behind the rim. And once he picks up the ball, when his back is facing behind the rim, it's kind of, the defender will expect it. That was a good move, but I missed that. That looked so clean. I know I'm glazing myself right now, but at the end of the day, no one really cares. I'm pretty sure. But we will be doing the 1v1 tournament, by the way, this summer of 2026. I do plan on doing it again. We're probably just going to have some more competitors. Josh will be one of those competitors. Same with Ben. He refed most of the 1v1 tournament games last time. So I really wanted to join because he does have quite a skill set. That's for sure. I drive. Oh, that was so close too. That was a pretty good shot. Yeah. Logan kind of has the same. Yeah, that's one thing as well. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. It's just Logan has a very similar play style all the time. Like every single time he gets possession of the ball, he turns his back. He kind of zigzags his way in with his back facing towards the rim. Once he's close enough, he gets either a hook shot or a fadeaway, which is not bad. If you can get consistent with that and you can master, it's really good. It's just once the defenders kind of read what you're doing, it's kind of easier for them to predict what you're gonna do. Here, I think Josh was getting a little handsy, but I think, but I think that's fine. I mean, he's shorter than Logan as well, so. Oh, I almost had the block on that. What was really impressive about Josh, he was always able to get a shot over me, even when I felt like I was close. Man, bro, I gotta stop shooting threes as well. When you're inconsistent with those threes, but at the same time, Logan was giving me that space. He wasn't necessarily contesting my shot. I was just kind of off during that time. This was a really good play. That was beautiful. Getting Josh to jump. Yeah, so that was a really smart play by Logan. Logan's really locked in at the moment. He kind of does that one step, and then he puts his front foot forward, and then he shoots. Man, that was a crazy lay from me. I know I'm glazing, but I had a crazy block, and then I had a crazy lay. Like, I'm on fire, except for that shot. I gotta stop shooting threes. I am not a three-point shooter. Once I went up against Ethan in that 1v1 tournament and missed 32 or something threes, I realized I shouldn't be shooting threes. I am not a three-point shooter. I don't really know where I shine at because I feel like I really, a lot of times I can't finish my layups. Like, I feel like I'm pretty good at, I think I'm really good at getting open shots or creating space most of the time. But, yeah, see a lot of space, easy shot. At the same time, though, that was kind of a fadeaway midi. which was not really the smartest move.
Damn.
That was a good block by Logan. Josh kind of kept doing the kind of hook shots, the layup hook shots, so got a little predictable, but it works most of the time. It does create a lot of space. Logan was just able to get a hand on there that time. Logan going in. You know, he's pretty great. He was really close to, well, pretty close to beating Ethan. That was unfortunate. Missed by Logan. And yeah, ooh, shifty. One-legged? No, that was a bad shot.
9.
I mean, I had an open look, but at the same time I was shooting off one leg, and I mean it was still pretty contested, or at least Josh was pretty close. I just managed to get up in the air, and he wasn't, so I had a clean look. That's an unfortunate miss. But let me know if you guys want to see more of this kind of content. I do think that voiceovers would be probably more interesting than just posting a basketball game with no commentary. I think this is probably more entertaining or more interesting. Again, with the threes, I should not be shooting these threes because it's one possession. I can't get a rebound, nothing like that,
5.
especially when I'm not hot.
3.
I think it's better to go for layups or middies, and then once you kind of get those down, once you see the shot going a few times, then you'll probably kind of get more comfortable. Once again, Josh with the one-footed shot, pretty goofy. That was a good block on Logan. I mean, at the same time, I was a little slow on that release of the ball. Logan's posting up. He's pretty close to the post, but then that was a crazy step back. But he made that. That was impressive. His step back shots are honestly quite consistent. They're not that bad. I would definitely say he's definitely more on the top of being the best at those step back fadeaways near the rim. So that shot looked like a bullet. It went straight. It didn't have no arc. That was a horrible shot by me. Oof. I think that was a foul. Yeah, it was a foul. Oof, that's unfortunate. That time I went a little too close to Logan. Now he's really close up to the rim. He's probably going to make this. No, he overshot it a tiny bit. That's what I'm saying. He keeps having his back towards the rim, and he is close to the rim, so that already like puts himself in a pretty good advantage. Holy cow, that was horrible. But at the same time, he has his back face towards the rim, and it makes the shot that tiny bit harder and less consistent. That was beautiful, but Josh isn't really necessarily finishing that well. I mean, he's getting a lot of open looks, to be honest, and creating space and being able to shoot over us, even though we're like a few inches taller, like 2 or 3 or something like that. I don't know. I think we're 2 inches taller. That was super weird. But yeah, no, Josh is doing a pretty good job with the 1-footer again. Wow, wow, I'm actually surprised he hit that. That is crazy. But then he airs it. Yep, typical Josh. No, I'm kidding. Josh played great. Yeah. All right, good bucket from Logan. He got close up to the paint. I'm trying not to foul too much, or I feel like you shouldn't necessarily push off the opponent. Right here, Josh isn't necessarily pushing Logan. Logan did a great job at getting that shot off. But yeah, just keeping a hand on the defender here or the offensive player here and there when you're playing defense. That I'm guessing he ran out of time, so he just rushed the shot. All right. Jab step. Ooh. Oh yeah, Josh did a pretty good job at reading what I was doing. He didn't really fall for the shot fake or the hezzies or anything like that. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's one thing. I feel like Logan should fake the shots a lot more because I feel like he'd be really good at that. That was tough, but it hit the backboard. I almost lost control of the ball there. Like, I literally had to grab it midair and then just shoot it. But I got really lucky with that shot. That was tough off the 1 foot too. Again, a 1 foot shot, barely out. In and out. We see a lot of in and outs in this game, by the way. It's a common reoccurrence with this specific room. That's the travel. He hopped and landed back on the same foot. Josh tried to do a bit of a spin move, but spun just right into me with the ball, unfortunately. He's working on his handles. I see a lot of potential for Josh. I could see him going really far in the 1v1 tournament. There we go. Now I finally make a 3. That's a good sign. That's a pretty good sign. You know, I already know the outcome of this game, but, you know, I thought I'd still do a voiceover. Yeah, Josh does a really good job at defending. I lost my balance, but I managed to get that point. That felt illegal. That felt. I don't even know if that was necessarily travel. You can go back and watch. I think it might have been, but I was like losing balance, and I just threw it right when I was about to fall or catch myself.
8, 7,
Logan backing up slowly into the paint.
5,
He's really close now. He could get a shot off, but
3.
Josh is applying a lot of pressure. He even got a block off of it. That was impressive. And then follows up with a beautiful layup. Nice shot. He faked it and then put it in. That was a really good move by Josh. Again with the 1-footer. Of course, it's not going to make it in. That's unfortunate. He kept going for the 1-foot shots. It's a completely different game compared to Horse. He was making a lot of those in Horse, but once you're playing a real basketball game with the defender in front of you applying pressure, it's a whole different game. That was a good contest by Josh. Really good contest, honestly. I didn't manage to create enough space. Honestly, Josh was saying this before. Nice layup, by the way, Josh. He was saying this before to me, but he said if he had a couple inches of height, he'd probably be guarding us a lot better for getting a lot more blocks. Which, honestly, I definitely believe that to be the case. He's got great defense. You know, he applies a lot of pressure. He gives you little to no room. Like especially right here, he's giving Logan no room. Which is surprising. I feel like it should be just easy to bypass Josh, but unfortunately not. Yeah, I'm giving a lot of space. I'm trying to force him to shoot because that's why. Josh just needs to work on his shooting. Like honestly, if he could just get more consistent on his middies or his 3-point shots, I think he'd be a really solid player. You know, I think he does pretty good offensively, getting space, driving in, you know, not being shoved around or pushed around, you know. He's standing on business. Logan's got a pretty clear shot right here. Ooh. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, Josh is just all over him, applying as much pressure as he can, which is a really smart move. That would have been tough if Josh made that. I was talking about how that would have been crazy, I'm pretty sure. I can't hear the audio in this game, by the way. So right now, I'm up by 1. Logan falls up by 8. Actually, no, I'm at 11. Nice. So it's 11, 8 to 5. So I'm in the lead at the moment. We're playing up to 15 ones and twos. That was a weird shot. I don't know why I did that.
10, 9,
That was like a weird
8,
floater or whatever. I don't know what I was doing there. I noticed I rush my shots a lot too. But considering that we have a timer, it really changes up the game. I wasn't even looking at the rim. I didn't even look at the rim and I just shot that. That was a horrible decision by me. I should at least look at the rim once maybe before I shoot it. Good layup by Josh. And then his 1-footer shots, or his 1-foot jump shots. Logan just gave me a lot of space. That's another in and out. That should have been in. I'm calling that right now. That should have been in.
8,
A lot of the similar play styles. It did look like Logan just worked. I don't know if that was really necessarily the case, but it kind of looked like that. It's pretty good defense, or pretty good offense, but not enough. Logan kind of blocking the rim. There we go. We're good. Another open shot, but I whiff it. Here's me looks maxing or whatever the younger generation calls it.
10, 9,
Yeah, no, Logan, I noticed at least
7,
Logan gives me a lot of opportunities to shoot those threes, which is pretty smart on his end for the most part, considering I think I only made 1 3 so far. I think.
1.
Yeah, that was a tough shot. All right. Josh is probably gonna. What is he gonna do? Probably drive to the right. Another thing that I noticed. Man, Josh cannot drive left. So it's definitely something he's definitely gonna work on. I think after this game or prior to this game, I was forcing him to drive to the left all the time. See, I keep shooting so many threes, and I keep whiffing them. So many. It's horrible. I should not be doing that. Oh, that's an easy open. Oh, wow. That's unfortunate. I feel like Logan's just having a tough time finishing at the moment. It happens. Prior to this game, I know that. I was whiffing so much. We were playing the same exact King of the Court game at a different court, and I could not finish. That was tough. Off one leg. Fade away midi just to get 1 point. The hezzy. Bro, that's clean offense right there, bro. Yeah, again, Logan's giving me quite a bit of space. And that was a dumb shot on me. I literally just got closer to Logan and then shot it. Cookies! Alright, Logan backing up into the paint. Yeah, Josh managed to kind of get a read off of that one that time. I think both of these, both Josh and Logan should really work on their handles. Not just in general, but with like a defender in front of you, because it's a whole different game, and it's completely different. When you have a defender putting pressure, it makes it easy to accidentally, mess up creating space or something like that. That was a beautiful way of creating space. Now that should have been game. I'm gonna say this right now. That should have been game, but I miscounted. I guess I thought I was at. Well, I thought I was at 12 or something like that. So we played on, but technically we were playing up to 15. So I already won, technically. So, but we just continued playing on. Good layup by me. Yeah, see, Josh is not really giving me much space. I just stepped back way out of the camera's range, shooting a three.
7.
Wow, that was close. All right. I kind of gave Logan Law space to drive in, but then he goes for the fadeaway. Like said, those fadeaway shots, they're definitely, a lot of aura. You gain a lot of aura when you make those shots, but they are definitely not the most consistent or something that you want to consistently do. I would say at least, because it's just a 1 point shot and you're far away from the rim, and it only just makes it harder to, get a point. See what Logan did. He just went up to the paint. He's super close to the rim. He has a higher chance of making that shot if he's just super close to the rim. That's a horrible shot. That's a horrible place to plant your pivot foot because you're so far away from the rim. Josh is basically forcing you to do a fadeaway, and Josh just whiffed a layup. But that happens with everyone that doesn't play that much. He's getting back into it, but that was a beautiful play by him. Otherwise, he literally made me jump 20 feet in the air. That's embarrassing. For a little hezzy. That's not something you should be doing. I almost made it, but fadeaway, 1 pointer, and either way, Logan was really, really close. He was contesting that pretty well.
Good take.
That was a good layup. Pretty good layup. Goes for the three. Nope. Yeah, Josh isn't really giving me that much space. This guy has feet planted parallel, so he'd probably want me to shoot. Or not. Well, yeah. That was just a really bad layup by me. I need to learn on creating finishes. I don't think that was a travel. It kind of looked like it, but I'm pretty sure it was like the 0-step 1-2. Or, picking up the ball. It technically doesn't count as one dribble. That was a clean move by Josh. Oh, shoot. I'm pretty sure we're playing out of bounds is the court, not the line, by the way. Pretty sure Logan stepped out on the line at least, so we're calling court out, not line out. Ooh, close. So it's 16-10-7. I was surprised. Josh was actually a lot closer to Logan than I initially thought. That's a tough shot. I should not be shooting those. That's another example of me trying to just get crazy shots and just get cool points, I guess, more than actually just being consistent.
6,
Now
5,
Logan shouldn't pick up his dribble just yet.
4,
Okay, he did. I
3,
mean, he could probably still make that, but he's getting
2.
heavily pressured. Yeah, that's a tough shot to make against a guy who plays a lot, very physical. Yeah, Josh has to cut out the whole one foot jumpers. They're not really working out to his favor at the given moment. Ooh, I don't know why I did that. That was a really, really bad shot. I positioned myself poorly. My back was facing the rim. Yeah, see how like Josh just puts up so much pressure, but he kind of put himself in a bad situation. But he managed to get the steal, or I don't know if that would be necessarily called a steal, or yeah. See, like I couldn't block that. Josh, I don't think anyone's gotten a block on Josh yet. I accidentally picked up the ball. That was just an accident. I couldn't really do anything about that. That was just
9,
bad handles on my end. Accidentally grabbing the ball. That was a tough shot. That was a tough 1-pointer, I'm pretty sure. That was really tough. Yeah, Logan's either like making a lot of really hard shots, which it looks really cool, but at the same time it's really hard to be consistent with those shots. That was a good shot. I played horrible defense that time, but he managed to get right underneath the rim, so it was basically almost a guaranteed point. Really, really good job on Logan there. But he's got to keep the ball away from the defender a lot more, because Josh was able to get a hand a lot of the time on Logan, or the ball, when Logan was playing offense. And jab step, 1 foot. Yeah, I kept doing a lot of those 1 foot jumpers as well too, to be honest. I don't know if I should be necessarily doing that, but I like to do it on a fadeaway because it lets you get more space from the defender, because when you have that leg up, like they're either gonna have to run into the leg, and that's probably gonna be a foul, because I'm not kicking at them, I'm just putting my foot up. So it's a great way to create space when you're doing kind of this fadeaway shots, like that one. That was tough. That time he was a bit closer, so that was a pretty good shot. Yeah, like I said, though, Logan's pretty consistent with those fadeaways. That time I got a block. But yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't think Logan was counting, so we're redoing that. Crazy. Oh, unfortunate. Again, tough shot. Shouldn't be doing those unless if I want style points. But more than half the time, you're probably going to miss those if you're an average player, which I think we're all more on the average note. I think it went off Logan's foot. Yeah, the counting, though, did kind of get repetitive or obnoxious, constantly counting. This was a good layup. Yep. So that's where we call it game. It was really fun playing with Josh and Logan. If you want more voiceover videos like this, let me know. And yeah.